Hi, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Amanda Hartwick. I'm the Social Projects Coordinator for the city, and alongside me on screen, I have Mayor Tommy Stewart. Before the mayor gets into his presentation, I just wanted to take you all through a couple of housekeeping items. You're all in listen-only mode, as it just stated. We will have time for questions and comments at the end of the presentation. We'll be taking those through the chat box. So on your right-hand side of your screen, you should see a little questions box, and you can type in a question at any time. And I will get those questions and read them aloud to the mayor at the end. So also, one quick note, we are recording today's presentation. So if you hop off at any moment, we will post this on our website and you can watch it from the website tomorrow. My email is also on screen. So if you need anything, send me an email. With that, I'm going to go off screen and let the mayor take over, and I'll join you again at the end for questions.
Okay, ready? Good evening. I'm sitting in the Livingston Conference Room at City Hall. I want to welcome all of you. Especially want to send a sincere welcome to our former mayors, city council members, and former city council members that could tune in on this program. This is our first virtual meeting of the state of the city, and personally, I kind of hope it's the last. I do see some positive signs going on for a return to normal, and hope in the near future we can do that. But in the meantime, we're requesting that all of us continue to wear face masks, all of us continue to social distance, and all of us use disinfectants. Let's see if we can go to the first slide. I want to celebrate our hardworking city staff by noting the city's Employee of the Year program. Employees are nominated by their peers and selected by a panel of former winners. This year, the Employee 2020 Gold Award recipients are Belinda Aldretti, Human Resources, who joined the city in 1997, and Don Kosman, Police Administration, who joined in 2009. I personally have been able to get to know these ladies on a basis from before I was elected to the council. I was served on committees, and Belinda was involved in our scholarship committee, and Don Kosman in our public safety committee. I can tell you that they were both very knowledgeable of the work of the department, and their willingness to help, and are truly deserving of this reward. Congratulations. Move to the next slide. I guess everybody figured we'd have a slide like this. What a winter storm we had. You can see from the pictures, the data that's on here, the understanding it was a historic event. We lost power at Germany Park booster station, coupled with the loss of water from our main water lines, had us drain our 2 water tanks at Fondren and Northwest Highway, and that put us into boiling water for 5 days. If you look at the slide, you can see Public Works talks about the 56 water mains, the tremendous work that was done by dispatch and fire department during those days, of all the calls and all the work they did to shut down water and to help people in need. I'd be amiss if I didn't mention the restaurants and residents that donated food for the work crews that spent the night at Peak Center and other places so they could be here all night to help the citizens get back and recover. Next slide. This slide shows the broken pipes in the areas of the city. You can see that there was nobody that was missed out on an opportunity of having a broken pipe, and it was a big night throughout the city that everybody responded to, including staff here at the city. Next. This drawing is twofold. It shows our mile per year program, which is a program that was started in 1989, where we do a mile per year of replacing water and sewer. The blue lines depict how much has been done in the past 31 years. The red dots indicate where our main breaks were in our water. And I will be happy to say that there was not a main break in the water line in any of the mile per year programs that had been done since 1989. So it just reinforces our need to invest in our infrastructure as we move forward. Okay. COVID-19 CARES Act funding. This federal dollars used to help the states, local, and tribal governments through the impact of the COVID-19. You can see that we received a little over 1.3 million, and it's all based on population. We've used that money here at the city, some of it to help purchase laptops and telecommunicating equipment for our workers at home so they continue with city business. A lot of it's been used here to buy plexiglass, masks, and disinfectants, which are available for anybody that comes into the city. The last item you see there is $135,000, which we as the city allocated to Highland Park Independent School District, and the town did a proportionate amount too, because the HPISD did not receive any COVID-related expenses. COVID-19. I call this my pandemic timeline schedule, which kind of gives you an idea of what happened when it started. You can see back in March 2020, Dallas County's first COVID-19 confirmed case was on March 10th. If you work down through the slides, you see the governor issued that stay-at-home order on March 31st, which at that time forced us to shut down a lot of our playing fields, tennis courts, practice areas, libraries, and a lot of the areas where many people go and enjoy. Something we hated to do, but we needed to do it. The governor's July 2020 executive order, that was the one that mandated face masks, social distancing, and disinfectants. This slide I call my safety protocol slide, which is where we're moving from the present. You notice Governor Abbott's latest executive order lifted the mandate for masks, and business restrictions were left up to the local owners. Out of precaution and in line with other jurisdictions, we're going to keep the safety protocols here at our city facilities and require face masking and social distancing and disinfectant. The face masks and all the other products will be available at the front door when you come in here at City Hall, also Peak Center and the library and other city facilities. Everybody is interested in city budget. This is our city budget from 2021, a little over $55 million. It remained almost unchanged from the previous year. Our biggest expenditures are in public works and public safety. Our tax rate is one of the lowest municipal tax rates in the state, as you can see there. The city remains the smallest taxing entity on your property tax bill at only 12 cents for every tax dollar. Okay. Next, I want to take a few minutes to talk about 3 of the large projects that we'll be encountering and doing in the very near future. The first one is the Snyder Plaza utility improvements, which are going to take place with water and wastewater lines and out in the alleys of Snyder Plaza. They'll be working from Daniel to Westminster and Hillcrest between Daniel and Lovers Lane. City staff is going to continue to work with the planners and civil engineers on the concept plan that'll involve the other factors that go into the remodeling of the Snyder Plaza. This is a layout of the work that will be done in Snyder Plaza in this first phase of water and sewer replacement. There'll be approximately 5,000 feet of wastewater and 7,500 feet of water. It's going to be at a total cost of about $6 million. And it's a little more than a mile per year program. We're allowing 18 months to have it done. And if things work right, we'll pass the award on March 23rd at City Council, and hopefully we'll start work in May. Second project is the Miracle Mile improvements, which we've been talking about for several years. This project is going to have a total cost of about $8.5 million. It's going to have intersection work, it's going to have sidewalk work, it'll have paving work, landscaping, and increased parking spaces. The good thing about this project is that Dallas County funding is going to cover 50% of the project. You can see over there on the right side, the Douglas Avenue intersection where the property that was purchased will be in Park. Next project is our stormwater improvement project, which is the city's largest capital needs. Work began this month on the Connect, will begin this month on the Connect at Caruth Park with the detention facility, which I hope a lot of you all saw under construction over in Caruth Park, which will have the capacity to handle 3.5 million gallons of water, catch and then release. The next phase is, that's about that was a $5.5 million project. Our next phase is replacing the existing pipe, a portion of Southwestern, and replacing it with large box culverts that tie in. And once that's done, then we can utilize the full capacity of this detention fund. That project price is about $9 million, and the work will start, we think, next month, and will continue through 2021. Next, I'd like to talk about the Centennial Master Plan. With the city approaching 100 years of age, the thought was, let's look at our master plan and see how we'll go for the next 100 years. Well, the last time the master plan was looked at was in 1989. So committee was set up with Bob Beggart as chairman and Don Moore as vice chairman to have a master plan put in place, we think, by the end of 2021. There have been various meetings going on. The first thing that happened was that they sent out a questionnaire to all the citizens of the city and received back over 2,000 responses about what a master plan ought to be. They've hired a consultant, and they're in the work of doing focus groups that'll look into 10 areas that'll make up the master plan. I'm excited about it. I think it'll give us a roadmap for the future, and I think everybody else will be when it's finished. Next, I want to talk about a private-public partnership that's occurred here in the city. It's taken place at the northeast corner of Lovers Lane in Preston, and it's being called Shattuck Park, and it was with wonderful resident Bill Shattuck. This whole total project was over $1.5 million, and the Park Advisory Committee looked at the plans, approved them, and the council approved them. And then when it's all over, the city will invest about $600,000. So you can see that the Shattuck family has invested over $1 million for the best of the city. And we hope to have a ribbon cutting ceremony in the next month or so at the park. So if you see Bill Shattuck, pat him on the back. It's a wonderful partnership. Next, I'd like to talk about our crime statistics here. We all know that the city is a wonderful place and safe place to live, but a couple of these statistics on here cause me some concern, and I think we can all work together to help it. One of those is auto thefts. If you look down there, you'll see that almost half of the auto thefts occurred while people left their keys in the car. Also, if you look up at burglary that have taken place in motor vehicles, you'll see that of the major 101 incidences that happened while the cars were parked, but you could see wallets, purses, and other valuable items inside. They're just waiting for a thief to take. So I think we all work hard and cover a couple of these bases, and we can cut that statistic down, which has improved since 2015, if you'll look at there. Next, I want to talk about some recent promotions that have happened. With the retirement of Chief Spradlin and Assistant Chief Savage, resulted in some opportunities to do some internal promotions. You can see that list of the fine people that have been promoted. And we have a new police chief, Bill Mathis, who came in from the assistant chief position. 1997 is when he came to work at the city, and he served in every capacity on law enforcement that we had. He's got an undergraduate degree from Vanderbilt. He's got 2 master's degrees, and he's got a graduate from FBI National Academy. We're excited to have Bill on board, and we look forward to working with him. Thanks to all the police department as we move forward. That concludes my presentation, and we'll open it up for questions. And I thank all of you all for listening.
Well, Mayor, I think you must have done a perfect job because we haven't received any questions from anyone just yet. So we might just give it one more minute. If you do have a question or comment, you can use that chat box on the right-hand side and send them our way. So we'll give you just another minute for that.
15 minutes, about right for that. Not too long.
Again, if you have a question, you can send it through the chat. We're not taking any verbal questions tonight. They're all through the chat. So please use the chat box if you have something you'd like to say to the mayor. Still don't have anything yet, Mayor, so let's
Good.
give it one more minute. I think that must mean you did a great job, so.
It means they know I don't know the answer.
Oh, here we go. We got a question. Let me pull it up. Okay, this question says, who can we contact to get a mirror installed in the alleyway? I think that's through Public Works.
It would be. It would be through
We can-
Public Works if they could address that to
Yeah,
them.
I've got your contact information, the one who's asked this question. So let me follow up with you offline and I can get you in touch with that department for an alley mirror. That's not a problem. Good question. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Well, hearing none, I think that we can go ahead and conclude tonight's presentation. Just a reminder that everything was recorded tonight, so if you missed anything, you can look out for that on our website. And with that, thank you so much for joining us.
And I thank everyone for participating and listening to me. Appreciate it. If you have any questions, give us a call. Good night.
Thanks. Bye-bye.